welcome to a very special edition of Hue Spotlight. We're on location at the iconic, times-changed, high and Lonesome Club. It is about the club, but it's also about this guy right here, John Scoles. So first of all, John, congratulations on being the recipient of the Kevin Walters Industry Builder Award. That's a mouthful, but Kevin Walters, a great guy, and I think he's smiling down at you right now.
I hope so. I've been thinking a lot about trying to communicate this kind of honor, and one thing that stuck out was Sarah Stasiak, who was such a disciple of Kevin's, said when she was in a situation and she wasn't sure how to handle it, she had her "What would Kevin Walters do?" thing. And what would Walters do? It was just three W's and the D. What would Walters do? And that there's a lot going on in a statement like that.
Well, you came back to Winnipeg in 1992, and that was, I think, in Kevin's heyday. There was so much going on in this city. What was it about Winnipeg and then maybe this particular club that, I don't know, caught you stuck here?
Well, Big Dave McLean, of course, was my friend, and I was such a passionate blues fan at the time. My tastes are a little more rounded than that, but I really loved blues, and Dave was the king, and this is where he played. And well, my parents were living in Winnipeg, and so that was a natural fit too. But the first night I came back from living in Austin, Texas for 2 years, the first night I came here to see Dave, and it seems like been here ever since.
So you've done everything here. Like even today, you're in the kitchen making your clementine peach iced tea, and I don't know what. But from working in the back to managing to now owning this place, what have you learned not only about the city but about yourself as a businessman and as actually a music builder?
Well, you certainly learn how you respond to situations. You learn, and not just immediate things. It's not just reactions. It is looking at big picture stuff. It is figuring out where you fit in the midst of all this stuff all the time. My programming and curation, which is the core of what I do here for sure, I need to be aware of everything that's going on throughout the year with not just events in the city, but also what the musicians are doing, where they're going, who's working on a new album, who's up and coming, all these things. So you learn to be aware, and there's an enlightenment in it for sure.
And I think part of your success has been that you have always had an open mind and an open heart to all genres of music. I mean, you could have just made this a straight honky-tonk, blues, whatever club, but I don't think you would now be celebrating 25 years.
Yeah, right from the start. It was not. I mean, I've been really lucky that what we put on, we love. We're not compromising just for the sake of paying the bills. But I realized right from the start that this was a little sit-down, carpeted, drop-ceilinged blues cafe, as they called it. And it was like, boy, there is so much good music here in Winnipeg. It's crazy not to celebrate that. Why would you stick to one thing? I'm a pragmatist. Dogma is not my style.
Okay. All right, then a little thing like COVID hits.
Right.
And that changed, yes, the whole world, but a huge, huge impact on entertainment, live entertainment, music, film, whatever, arts and culture. But you had the insight to open up something next door, which is, I think, brilliant too.
Well, we may be the only music venue in the world that actually were like COVID, the pandemic was a springboard to success for us. It just doesn't seem possible, but it's the nature of what we do here in our little non-conforming way. It started off with just wanting to make like when we couldn't really do anything, start off with making a compilation album. It was when they had the Safe at Home grants that the province put on. We decided let's make an album. Let's make it was our 20th anniversary. Let's make a live stream. Let's make a DVD. Let's do all these things because primarily what we want to do is we want to keep those bands together. We want to give people, we want to remind them that and reassure them and pay them and do those things that are so important. Bands are really fragile. I've been really realizing over this past while that is, I love bands. They are the quintessential human collective in my mind. Anyway, looking after those bands, it was just imperative. And that's what I had been doing right from the outset, and now more than ever. So the outdoor venue was this perfect, bold fit that fit. It fit the rules. And, we were one of the first places to close voluntarily during the pandemic because a pretty crowded, crazy, little sweaty place, and that is not the right situation. But out there, it was okay. And everybody realized it and got it. And wow, that's like, 5 years of that. It's been phenomenal.
Oh, I know. So it's a double header. So you have programming here at Times Changed, but then also at Blue Note Park. How have you seen, I guess, the whole landscape of local music here now? Is it booming? Is it kind of a flat line? Or, what do you think the future is for local musicians here?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, from a live perspective, I could talk for quite a while and maybe somewhat sternly about the capability of people, the corporate, I'm not sure exactly what word is best for it. Just the limitations. You just can't make a CD or something. You can't sell your own stuff. People can't take it home in their hand. And that was the quintessential part of, guerrilla independent touring artistry. I mean, you wouldn't say to painters, oh, you know what, your paintings will only be online now. There's no way that would happen. No. But for some reason, music is being just told, musicians are being told, oh yeah, no, you don't, okay, you can have vinyl, but wait in line because the big companies are going to be, they're the ones who will be in charge of the timelines on that stuff and the price and all the rest. So anyway, aside from all that, I can rant in that direction, but just more to your question. The live music is thriving, and people are as excited about it as ever. Our walk-up has come back. Our ticket sales are good. People are loving being together.
And you must have, regulars here. I'm sure there's a few good stories.
Well, we've got rafters. We've got generations of people who've been here, and their kids are here now, even if maybe they aren't. We've got a wonderful cast of characters, and you'll remember back from our first interview days back.
I remember the pajamas on the wall,
right? So, and the chicken toss, right? That was blurring the line between the stage and the audience, and everybody gets a chance for the applause and the money. And so the regulars, the people, the patrons are just as integral as the performers. We say good music needs good listeners, and vice versa.
So what's the future? I know that you're going to go on for another. I know. Yes.
People come up to me on the street and they go, "So what's going to happen?" And it's like, what do you mean exactly?
I don't know. Is you something that I don't know?
It's important for a legacy like this to continue. We've been given a wonderful security through the Pollard family and the restoration of the Fortune building. So it's just a matter of ensuring that now that the music keeps going too, and it'll eventually, if I truly succeed in my mission here, it will have to go beyond me.
Oh.
It'll have to,
Well,
and
yeah.
I will. It will be a great legacy for me if this outlasts me, and in whatever context I may just be walking around downtown, eating ice cream. I don't know, but the point being that when you have something like this, you should be preparing for it to keep going. It's this kind of thing is too easily entangled with just me, and I've got to learn to let it breathe on its own right as well.
And any hints? Have you gone into this process?
I come and go from that process. It's been pondered at length, but there just seems to be another season of Blue Note Park, another great band coming up. My friends from, some legends want to come back and play some special show, and there's always something to do. You're booking ahead. You live in the moment here, but you're also working 6 months ahead. So that's where does the future and present, where do they meet?
Oh, and
Who
only
knows?
you know, John, down the road. But I guess to sort of wrap things up in hindsight, looking at this, I mean, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears have gone into it, of course, too. It hasn't always been a bed of roses. Um, yeah, I guess things that pop into mind over all of these years of having this place. What comes to mind?
Um, particular memory or just a sense of it. I feel like, well, I went back to Kildonan MCC store yesterday to do some shopping, and I bought some more house coats. And the house coat thing has been a thread for me. Like, I used to write in university, my house coat diaries, publish a couple books, and the house coats and that sense of freedom and nonconformity. That really kind of it proven to be a thread, a loose velour thread that has run through it all, and there it is again. And when in doubt, celebrate what you know.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I mean, from the musicians and from the patrons that have come here from the city and ah, just the heart of Winnipeg, you are a treasure. And this place, I don't think you've redecorated this place at all, folks. You just, you know what? When you come to Winnipeg, you have to come to Times Changed, and you really, it's not like you're stepping back in time. It's like you're in awe. It's like, oh wow, there's so and so, and I didn't know that they came here, and it's home.
Yeah, it's a living memory. It is where we are, where we've been, and where we'll continue to be.
Okay. John Scoles, owner of Times Changed, the High and Lonesome Club, and the Blue Note Park, all two things in Winnipeg that are really a must see. We'll see you again right here on Hue Spotlight.